morning, world. Today I want to talk to you about suffering in silence. I've been sharing my testimony of how I was a first lady and I was being abused by my pastor husband. And it's rubbing a couple people the wrong way, but the word of God, I'm standing on it, that says that we overcome by the words of our testimony. Now, does that mean that you're bashing the person? That doesn't mean that you're bashing the person. This is me sharing with you the things that I overcame and how I suffered in silence. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't reach out at the beginning for help was because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed because I had he had left his previous wife to be with me. And there was rumors that he was abusive, but I just couldn't see it. He was so nice, he was so kind, he was so beautiful. I just couldn't see it. So when it did happen, I was shocked and embarrassed, and I didn't want anyone to know. I didn't want anyone to know what I was going through. But in 2018, it started in 2013, we got married in 2012. 2018, he left, and I had a nervous breakdown, and I had to call my parents, and my parents came to pick me up, and I began to share with them how I had been being abused, and how I had just been dealing with it. I was just at my breaking point. Now, what people have to realize is when you're dealing with somebody that has been emotionally abused, physically abused, just abuse in general, you have to handle people with care. My family got frustrated with me because I kept going back. I can't explain to you how my legs wanted to leave, but my heart would not let me leave this relationship. I loved this person, and as bad as it was, I still could not leave because I had so much invested. I felt like I had so much invested. And not only that, I didn't know how to leave. I had filed for divorces 2 times. One in 2019 after I found out about him and his girlfriend had a house. And then one in 2020 when after he tried to kill me. But each time I would end it because we would start working on things. And then when I went back the last time, my family members, they didn't understand it. I had one friend who, even though I was aggravating her with the going back and forth, she still was consistent and she was persistent, and she was there. My family didn't know how to be there because they were more agitated and aggravated that I did not leave and I didn't move the way they wanted me to move. So when you encountering people that's suffering in silence, and once the cover is pulled, the people on the outside, you got to know how to deal with somebody else's trauma, and pointing fingers and trying to make that person feel bad about their decision is not the right thing to do. Now, we all been in situations where you should leave and you should go, but you would stay. The issues of the heart are hard to explain. It's hard to explain how you love somebody and they don't love you, and you need to leave, but you don't have the strength to leave. I mean, I would be laying in my bed sometimes thinking like, girl, get it together. Just leave. My mind would be telling me that, but my heart had its own pair of legs, and it stayed. So for those that suffering in silence, we need people. You need someone that you can turn to. I had a friend, like I said, that I could turn to, and she was never judgmental. And if she was, she didn't do it in front of me. She was always encouraging. And a matter of fact, the last time in May 2020 when the incident happened, I called her and I said, friend, please tell me it's okay for me to leave. And she said, friend, it's okay for you to leave. And even after that, I still went back. I still stayed. I still tried to make it work because my heart was saying one thing and my body would not line up to what my legs was trying to do. My legs wouldn't move because my heart wouldn't move. So you have to be patient with people when they've been in an abusive relationship, and know that we suffered in silence because it seemed like once you let your cat out the bag, people expect you to respond the way they would respond, and they don't no longer give you the room to you know, this sad. You want to give the person another chance because you just have that much faith in the person that they're not going to do it again. And the people that's for you, that's in your corner, are upset with you because they want you to just let it go. But it's not that simple. I'm here to tell you it's not that simple. It's the craziest thing I've ever experienced. And I even had a friend who was married, and her husband was being violent towards her. And I would just always tell her, girl, just leave. You just need to leave. But when I was in this situation, I would be thinking to myself, this is why she didn't leave. It's some kind of glue particles that's in my heart that's keeping my legs from moving. I just can't leave. I just can't leave. So my parents began to pray that he would leave me because they knew I didn't have strength to leave him. They told me this after the fact. I was like, you prayed what? They said they began to pray that he would leave me because I didn't have the strength to leave him. So a lot of times we be thinking that it's a horrible thing that somebody left you, but it's really the best thing for you and the other person that they left. So thank you. You know, you did something courageous that I couldn't do. I didn't have the strength to leave. So I thank God that he created a situation for you to release us both from this situation that we were in. So on today, I just want to encourage everybody that has been suffering in silence to let you know that it's okay. You can come out. You can find somebody that you can trust, that you can talk to. The reason why everybody is so timid and on us is because they're afraid that something that we could possibly lose our lives, because several people have lost their lives in a domestic violence situation. So I even love my family for being so protective over me and accepting me back, because I forsake everybody. I dropped all relationships to be with my spouse, and they accepted me back like the prodigal son. I had a prodigal son moment. They accepted me and they loved on me. When I was going through this, I was listening to Dr. R.C. Blake, and he said, when you're coming out of a relationship the relationship that I was coming out of, the best thing for you to do when you've been with a narcissistic person and somebody that done beat you down emotionally and physically is for you to return back to those people that you know love you. And when I returned back to my mom and my dad, they accepted me. And when I turned back to my kids, they accepted me. Now, we got a lot of work to do because there was a lot of damage done even with my children. You know, my son shared with me, you know, how him and my baby boy felt like I neglected them. Even though I was providing for them financially, emotionally, I wasn't there. So it's just a lot of work that you have to do after this. You got to rebuild yourself. You got to rebuild your relationships. You got to rebuild your family. I mean, it's just a lot, but you can do it. And it's worth fighting. Don't give up. Just put in the work. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, is put in the work. Again, this isn't to bash anybody, because I tell him I loved this person. Even though he was hurting me, I still loved this person. He didn't hold me hostage. He didn't hold me at gunpoint. Even though I knew about him and my ex-sister-in-law, all of this stuff been going on since I found out about it in 2018. Been going on ever since 2018. He did not make me stay. I wanted to stay because I loved him. So it just take a lot dealing with people that's coming out of an abusive relationship. So shout out to everybody that listens to their friend, their loved one vent, that's always supportive, that's always got kind words, because that's what we need when you've suffered in silence. I suffered from 2013 to 2020 with the physical abuse. The emotional roller coaster was just even worse. I mean, it was even worse. So y'all just enjoy y'all day, and let's keep each other lifted. You know, nobody's perfect. Everybody go through things. My thing might be different from your thing, but we all go through things. And when you have someone that suffered in silence, be strong enough for those people so that they can make a steady comeback. I had a team. I tell you guys this all the time. It felt like God prepared an army to stand behind me and to hold up my arms when I wasn't able to hold up my arms. And they just kept pumping life in me. You got this. You go, girl. You got this. My oldest sister, she was my #1 cheerleader. She called me every morning like, rah, rah, sis Kumba, come on, girl. You got this today, girl. Come on, girl. I was so broken. I was so hurt. I just felt lost. Even though it was good that he left, I still was broken from all of the things that I had endured. So just keep loving on each other. Love on the people that's loving on you, and accept the help when help is coming. And I love y'all.